Well, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, one and all. Welcome back to the new Galaxy Gamers channel, and welcome back to a farm from scratch here in Farming Simulator 25. I hope you're all doing well, having a safe, wonderful, and successful week this week. If you're new to the channel, welcome aboard. It's great to have you all here. If you're a returning member, welcome back to welcome back to you as well. It's great to have you all here hanging out with me, having fun, all that good stuff. And as usual, all usual disclaimers are in the description of the video. Now, in the last episode, I did say I would sell the rest of our bales of hay off. I have done so. That is why we are at now 4,738 bucks in our farm's account. So that is good. All right, so we want to go ahead and get ourselves planting because we want to get that we want to get that first bit done. Now, let's see if I can remember where we want to go. Anyway, I hope you're all also having a safe, wonderful, and successful week this week. I woke up this morning and we got a little bit of snow, so it's not what I really wanted to see on April 1st. So I thought at first it was a April Fool's joke, but anyway. All right, so today we can plant barley. We can plant canola. That's good. We can put a cash crop in. We can plant canola. Oh, I didn't know you could. Okay, you can plant canola in August too. All right, cool. Soybeans you cannot. All right, so to get ourselves a cash crop, and I know we can plant wheat as well. So let's see. Where did I put our planter? Right here. No. Do we have a planter? Hey, Mr. Planterman. I don't think we've got one. Ay. All right, so let's just see if I got a plant. If I was smart enough to buy us a planter. And I was not. Okay. Up to the store we go then. All right, let's go ahead and we'll pop up here. Grab ourselves a planter so that we can start getting some canola in the ground. Let's come here. We'll just use our $200 or $300, but that's okay. We'll buy it. And I think just a big bag of trick. Well, I think I buy a big bag of it, and I don't really think we need a. All right, so we've got a seeder. Turn this bad boy on. Now, if you're going to push it, I really don't know why you need to actually turn it on. That's kind of silly, but I think it's just... All right. It is the way the system works. It is the way Farm Sim works. That is okay. It's a silly way of doing it, but hey, what are you going to do, right? All right, so we'll get this back, and as we do that, so yeah, we got a little bit of snow today and last night. I woke up this morning to the town driving by, plowing the street, and I'm like, we didn't get snow. There wasn't snow that I knew of in the forecast overnight, and sure enough, we got snow. So I was like, okay. So apparently we did get snow. But that's all right. It's not unexpected up here. It will melt away pretty quick though. Cuz now that we're in April, we're going to start seeing temperatures warm up where I live, so I'm not too worried about it. It happens every year. First couple of weeks of April, we tend to be a little cooler and we can get some snow. Sometimes we'll get a big storm in April and then that's it. But it's all right. All right, let me just set this to canola. All right, so I got that set to canola. Hey canola, hey canola. So anyway, what else have I been doing this week? I have been starting work on preparing for another Farming Simulator 25 series. And you're probably wondering, ooh, what's that series going to be about? Well, that series is going to be something similar to this. But I'm only going, the way I'm working on it right now is we'll only be allowed to use vintage equipment and vehicles. And by vintage, I mean anything from like the 1940s up to like the 1990s. Am I going to use the through the years mod? I don't know. I haven't seen for Farming Simulator 25 version of it. I haven't seen anything to indicate what vehicle and equipment mods are actually compatible with it, so I don't really know. Maybe, but anyway, I've almost got all the the mods for the vintage series done, being downloaded. Got a few more rows to go through and get all that downloaded and everything. And then I got to set up the map. I'm hoping to have the fishing DLC for that series as well, because I think that'd be fun to have that. So there is that, anyway. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get this one going. Boom. Oh yeah, I gotta turn that on. So, alright, we got our canola going, so let's go ahead and we'll grab our coffee, our donuts, our bagels, our Egg McMuffins, sausage, egg, and cheese biscuits, fruit roll-ups, meatball subs, whatever it might be for our favorite breakfast, lunch, dinner, or snack. We'll go ahead and grab that from our favorite local mom and pop coffee shop, and we shall get cracking. Alright, so I'm going to grab this. I am going! I have said I am going to grab it. Why keep arguing with me over it? I am going to grab it. And we are going to bring it home. See, I'm bringing my bag of seed home. You guys are probably looking at me like, what the heck? I'm having a little fun today, guys. If you haven't noticed. Excuse me. So yeah, so that's what I'm working on. Off camera, I'm working on getting that set up. I've already got the map figured out, what map I want to use for it. And looking at some of the others out there who've done videos on it, like Daggerwin and others who've done similar things and tried similar ideas to see what may have worked for them, what may not have. So I don't accidentally get us into a really bad situation like I seem to have a habit of doing. Why do I feel like I've passed our turn off here? Because I did. I knew it. I knew it. I'm also happy that you guys are joining the conversation in the Discord server and in the comments section of the videos. That's really awesome. I learned stuff from you guys. I hope you learned from me as well. Even if it's learning what not to do in a game, that's pretty cool too. As long as we're all learning something from each other, having fun and enjoying it, that's what matters most. I shall put that right here. Check on our buddy over here, see how he's doing. Oh, he looks like he's doing okay. Alright, so while he's doing that, let's go over here. We'll grab our stone picker. And we shall grab it. Okay, so let me see why this is not working. this. Please tell me this is not broken. Ah, there we go. Think. Yep. All right, so we'll go ahead and we'll grab this and get our stones picked up. Well, our field is being ever so nicely planted with canola over there. So the other thing I want to do is, on this farm anyway, is I'd like to start thinking about maybe buying, setting up a chicken place, a chicken coop. Because we can start selling eggs from that, and then getting sheep, we can sell the wool. That'll help. That is something I want to do too. All right. And at least we're going to have a cash crop in the ground, which will help money-wise. There we go. Believe it or not, we're actually almost done this field already. There we go. Yeah, we're almost done. This field will not take too long to do the destoning. as I like to call it. So we'll get this done and get the canola planted. I'm not sure what we'll plant in here yet. Maybe we'll plant wheat in this field so that we can start building up the chicken feed. Yeah. See, we're almost done with the stone in this field, so told you it wouldn't take us long, and once we get this done, we'll hop back over and we'll get right into our part of the seeding of the canola. And then once we get it all planted, we'll want to, the canola and the wheat field planted, we'll want to make sure that we fertilize the two fields. So that way that the two fields will get the best crop yield we can give them right now. Now I am surprised that with the hand pushable tools mods, I'm surprised one hasn't come out that's a roller. I am surprised by that. And maybe there is one and I just haven't found it yet too, so. Almost done. Okay, we just gotta pick up another little bit over here. And there we go. Both fields are now destoned. Now you're probably wondering why I am putting the probably wondering why I am putting this stone piled up here. It's because we're going to need it later. So that's why I'm putting it there, because you can't really sell it anyway. So. Alright. Put this away for now. Looks like we're going to be just fine over here too. Alright. So we got that done. And we're getting our wheat field planted. Or canola field, I'm sorry. Feels good to be doing something other than mowing. Mowing and baling and all that. So what I'm going to do, I think, while I'm at it, I did reach out and what I'm going to do, I think, is there is something we can do here. We'll do this. And what that'll do is that'll just, it's a subsidy. By the way, farms in the U.S., we do actually get subsidized through what's called the Farm Bill. It is a bill that is passed every so many years in by Congress that funds supplements for what's called supplemental appropriations that basically subsidizes the cost of the farms and helps them out so that they don't go bankrupt, and so that we can try to keep the price of food down in the United States. Doesn't always work, but it is there, so it makes sense. That is something that is realistic. So in the U.S., so we will do that because we don't, So I am going to put that out, and what that will do is that will actually help us protect our cost of the hired helpers too, because that'll basically pay for them. So. So that is a realistic cost, a realistic source of revenue for us. So I'm not going to really worry about whether that's real or not, because it is something that happens here in the U.S. and it probably happens on other continents like Europe and Australia. They probably have something similar in Asia and Africa as well. Every country is different, of course, but All right. Okay, so as you can see, we are almost done, probably about halfway done planting the canola field. Yeah. Yeah, about halfway done. All right. There we go. So there is that. Now, when we do harvest the canola field, that's going to actually bring in a good chunk of money. I think. All right, let me buy while we're at it. Or because I will forget if I do not, ladies and gentlemen. Let me buy a bag of fertilizer too. We'll hop up to the store and we'll grab that right quick. We'll bring this back, that way we can get ready to do the fertilizing. Because once we have the 2 fields planted, I'm not gonna like rush. I'm not gonna like panic and be like, "Oh my God, we got to get the fields planted because they'll be planted and ready to roll." And then we'll be able to start working on our way toward adding a couple of more fields for next year in the game for the springtime. Now, some of you said, "Well, no, I did have somebody tell me, oh, you could actually cut down trees and do that and make a little extra money." And I could. You're right. You're right. And we're going, but I've been wanting to keep the trees around here because we're going to have our own sawmill at some point for things like planks and lumber to build. So I figured, oh, maybe I already had fertilizer over here. No. Alright, so what we'll do is we'll bring that out here. Because they're almost ready. Into settings. I think what's going on is it's because it's buying the seed and the fertilizer, so we want to turn that off. That's not realistic. Well, it is, but it isn't. That's good. All right. Now save that, and that'll take care of that. I was wondering why we were going. So the paying for the seed and the fertilizer is actually working with these mods. So that's actually good to know. But you know, I wanted to have that off anyway. So I will not add the money back, just as penalty to myself to remind me next time. That should take care of that. Why buy the seed and the fertilizer and the lime and all that if we already own it? If we've already paid for it once, right? Makes no sense, so. And I know they do that as a convenience. But to be honest, you know, it doesn't really make realistic sense when you've already paid for the seed anyway and the fertilizer and all that. Doesn't make sense to pay for it twice. All right, so this field is almost planted. Now, one thing I actually did notice on this map anyway, and I don't know if this is a Farming Simulator 25 thing or not, and it might be the unlimited tree mod, but I've been able to chop down trees that aren't on our property that we own and been able to sell them off camera on my off camera saves. So I don't know if it's the mod, if they've said unlimited tree mod or not, but I just had to say it because I thought it was funny. Oh, we could see what farmer down the road is doing contract wise. Got up for us today. What do you want? Oh, you want to cultivate? Okay. You'd give us. Ooh. You know what? I'll accept it, and I'm going to borrow the items, and we'll do. We'll borrow the items, and we'll run over and do the field real quick. That'll put a little money in our coffers while we're planning. Alright, now to... Can I actually tag? How to get to his... Alright, so we're here at the store. Alright, so I leave the store, come... I'll find it. At least he's being nice enough to let us borrow the equipment. So we'll be able to do his field up real quick for him. Wow, 50 miles an hour. A big tractor. All right, so we're here. About finding out where we have to go and here. Means I go. All right, that means I go left. Almost missed the turn. Yeah, sneaky bugger was hiding. There we go. Nice little drive through the forest there. All right. Oh, I'm actually on the right path. All right. Cool. Okay. So we could follow this road all the way to here. Now, I don't know if we'll see the field. I think I see it. Yeah, I think I see it right here. Yep. And there is the field, ladies and gents. All right, let's do it. There we go. There. Before I get my eardrums plastered. Already almost an hour already. Yeah, we're doing good. We're already about halfway done this contract, but not surprised because it's a small field. Do-do-do-do. This is how we cultivate. There we go. There we go. There. Almost there. Oh, interesting. So it actually doesn't let you finish it up anymore in the contract. That's interesting. All right, well, that means we finished the contract. That's interesting. FS22 you could, but for some reason on this map you can't. That's... But it is what it is. We collect the money, so it matters to me. All right. We have planted the canola. And we have done a contract. We have picked the stone off this field. Let's set this one to... Let's set this on the wheat. We'll get this planted up real quick. So in the next episode, we'll go ahead and we'll fertilize. And then we'll figure out what we're going to do. Yeah. It won't take long to get the wheat field planted, but then we'll have all our tasks done today. There we go. Now it'll go up and down, but that's all right. We want it to. Long as it gets it all planted. There we go. Get this done. All right. So right about now we are probably almost halfway down the field. And yes, this is going to be a small amount of wheat, but hey, what are you going to do, right? Yeah, we're halfway. Won't take long. A few more up and down, we'll be done. So our next goal after we get all the fertilizing done is going to be definitely to save up so we can start buying tractors and stuff and get rid of all these hand tools, because that'll help us. So that's going to be our first goal. And if that means that each month we take a contract that we can do that can help us make a little money, then we'll do it. But we probably won't have to worry too much. And when I So, yeah, we're almost done planting the wheat. So we'll have our chores pretty much for this episode done here. What we wanted. All right. So it looks like we are at the end of getting this all planted. That's good. All right. All right, cool. Well, we got our first crop of canola in the ground, along with our first crop of wheat. That is awesome sauce. And here I thought we were going to need more seed, but we do not. That is seeds. We'll put those right there and get them out of the way. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, we completed a cultivating contract for the gentleman down the road from us. The only other farmer, it appears, in the area. So we completed a contract for him. We got our canola field planted. We got our wheat field planted. In the next episode, we will go ahead and apply the first batch of fertilizer on them. The first application of fertilizer. That way, that'll be done and over with. We won't have to worry about it. We will have to worry about weeds at some point, but, we'll get there. Anyway, that being said, if you enjoyed today's episode, please be sure to hit the like and the subscribe button. Smash that bell notification icon to let yourself know when the next video comes out. And be sure to share the link to the channel with your family, your friends, your colleagues, your coworkers, your pet kitty cat, pet puppy dog, pet parakeet, pet bunny rabbit, pet monkey, pet chimpanzee, pet orangutan, pet polar bear, I don't know. But by sharing the link to the channel with others, it does help this wonderful channel grow, helps our wonderful community grow as well. Same thing as it does when you click the subscribe button and the like button and all that good stuff. So, that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I do hope you have a safe, wonderful, and successful rest of your week. And I shall see you all in the next episode of A Farm from Scratch, right here on the New Galaxy Gamers channel. Happy gaming!